So yesterday I talked about Vivaldi and I got responses, and a lot of people just love the Four Seasons. I also love the Four Seasons, and there's reasons why we all love this so much. He wrote it around 1723. It wasn't published till 1725, and it is absolutely phenomenal. So the Four Seasons is exactly what it sounds like. We have summer, then spring, then the autumn, and then the winter. And there's a sonnet that accompanies each piece. Now, each season that we have is a short concerto all on its own with three distinct movements. A fast one, then a slow one, and then a fast one. This is how all concertos work, especially in the Baroque era. Also, definitely tell as you listen to this that he himself was a virtuoso violinist because the violin part is phenomenal and keeps everything moving. So what makes this so impressive is that he combined music and imagery and poetry all together. So it's really one of the earliest examples of what we would call program music. Let's go through the seasons very quickly. So it starts with the spring. Spring is hopeful, right? This is celebrating return of life after the dead of the winter. Everything is exciting. The music opens and it's bright, it's cheerful, and the violins are just dancing all over the place. You can hear this imitation of birds singing. It's lovely. And then there's like these gentle streams that are flowing by. I love to close my eyes and I can just visualize everything that he's putting out there. At some point we have like this spring thunderstorm, but a spring thunderstorm is kind of a nice kind of a thunderstorm. And then in the middle, the second movement, it's one of my favorite movements. It's very gentle, it's so peaceful, and it is describing like the shepherd sitting and resting with his dogs. And then the final movement is back to that joy and that excitement of spring. A new life is coming, and dancing and celebration with nature. So the second piece is summer. And it captures the intensity of the season's heat. Now he's in Italy, and it is hot in Italy in the summer. It opens actually kind of heavy and slow. It evokes the weight of the sun. You can hear insects buzzing around, birds crying out, and then suddenly there's a burst of sound that is like a summer thunderstorm. You know how it's like really hot, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the day, boom, it all comes down, and then it's gone. Well, that you can hear in it as well. So the third piece is autumn or fall, and it starts quite happy. You have these peasants and they're celebrating. They have a wine harvest, and they just had a good time. They've been dancing, and then the second movement is slow. You know, they partied and now they're tired, and so they have to rest. And so we have some gentle, calm, pleasant sounds. And then the last movement in fall is you're hearing the hunting season start, and they're going off and they are hunting with their hounds and doing all the things that hunters do. Then the final movement is winter, and it is absolutely beautiful as well. You can hear the cold harshness of the wind. It is this movement, this the bow barely touching the strings and like a tremolo, and you can just hear it like brings shivers down my back when I listen to it. And there's these sharp biting notes, and it's phenomenal. He's so good at capturing this visual idea in this auditory sense. To that cold outside air, though, I have the second movement, and it's slow, and we're kind of inside, and we're cozying up to a warm fireplace. The last movement, we're back outside, and we're slipping on ice, and there's the icy winds again, and the harsh storms. Oh, it's so cold. But in all that coldness, there's also a beauty, and there's a stillness that comes with winter. And then if you want, you can start back at spring, because that's how the seasons are. So it's unique, right? He blends this storytelling, this poetry, these paintings that we can see in his piece. and he does it so well. Because Vivaldi was not just a composer, but he was also a teacher, right? So he wrote this, but he also left meticulous notes on how he wanted this played, a very detailed sonnet annotations, and he wrote out how to do everything. And there is a musician called Nigel Kennedy. He's a British violinist, and he really studied these notes really well and tried to come as close to what Vivaldi had as possible. Nigel Kennedy's Four Seasons is my favorite to listen to, and it is my go-to album when I'm feeling stressed out. Go listen to it.